see, it's Jonathan Aggie of Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Ben Shalom, March 7th, Jonas against Price, signed, sealed and delivered. Tell us, Ben, why did you want this fight on? Why did you want to match these two together?
For me, the best two fighters in the division, it's as simple as that. Two British fighters, two fighters I've worked with for a long time, and it's just an enormous event. And for the Royal Albert Hall, it's perfect. The way it's sold speaks for itself. And delighted, proud to be involved, to be in an event like this. It's unique. And Natasha Jonas we're having a fight in between. Natasha Jonas's career has been unbelievable for myself. She hadn't won a world title before she came. She's become multi-world world champion and gone on to incredible things. To see a headline, Lauren Price coming through, become a world champion early, MBE, gold medalist. It's special. It's the biggest British female fight of all time. And look, there's always going to be detractors in women's boxing, but the numbers speak for themselves, and having a very healthy women's boxing helps the whole of the sport. It helps us bring in different sponsors. It helps us get in different venues. No men's boxing could have got into the Albert Hall, and so you have to recognise how important women's boxing is to the entire sport, and this is a phenomenal fight, and the undercard's going to be incredible, and it will be another historic event.
I was surprised to see Raven Chapman on the card, but she did confirm to me that she's still with Queensbury. So obviously, despite what issues you might have with Frank, does it go to show that you can make fights together regardless?
I think so, and I'm glad to see that. There are a few fights being discussed between Boxer and Queensbury at the moment, so there's some hope on the horizon. There's some hope on the horizon.
It's one of them Ben Whittaker, Liam Cameron rematch?
Look, that's one of them. Sometimes, things happen in boxing. It's very, very a close industry, and there's always crossover, and there's always misunderstandings, and there's always that, and that can boil over at times. And look at what happened. At the moment we're on good terms with Matchroom. There's no reason that we can't be on good terms with Queensbury, and this is a great fight between Raven and Karis. Karis been out the ring nearly a year because of personal issues that are more important than boxing, but for her to come back and want a test like this, and for Raven as well off the back of the Sky Nicholson, for me it's presenting an unbelievable opportunity to Raven to catch Karis cold, and for Karis to get leapfrog really the division and get into the world scene. So a great fight, and fingers crossed a few more to come.
Unfortunate news, I think yesterday, that Isaac Chamberlain pulled out of the Vidal fight through injury. Rumours online that Vidal's going to fight Chev Clark on the Ben Eubank card. Is that accurate?
Not for me to announce, not confirmed yet. For me, Vidal, look, it was devastating. It's a huge fight, and I'm absolutely gutted. And Vidal's right in terms of we've not received evidence yet, but I've worked with Isaac for a long time, and he takes every fight that's presented, and usually on short notice. So I'm not about to go down that route. I wish him a speedy recovery, but we got to look after Vidal, and Vidal's a star, and Vidal wants the big fights, and Vidal wants the big names, and for me he's the best at that of the bunch. We should have a big announcement in the next few days.
On Ben Eubank, obviously signed. Bit of confusion maybe on this rehydration clause. What can you tell us? Is that 170 on the day, or is it actually when they step into the ring they can't be heavier than 170?
I'm not sure how much we can talk about it. All I can say is it's more than safe. It's a number that is completely different to the first time, and it's a number that doesn't pose absolutely any problems whatsoever. And so it was asked very late. We're not happy that it was asked so late. We don't like that type of way of negotiation. We think that it's underhand in that sense, but thankfully to His Excellency and to everyone involved, we managed to agree a number that doesn't cause any problems, is absolutely safe, and is something that realistically won't make any difference whatsoever.
Last one, Ben. Obviously, Martin Bakole, an FA Jagby. You've got him a fight in America. I'm not sure the venue, but I know you're on good terms with Matchroom, but obviously there's talk about Joshua and Bakole in Africa, and Eddie said that, look, I don't think Bakole brings much commercially to the table, but if a big investor from, say, Africa came in, then it could make sense. Do you agree with that, or do you think Bakole's profile is growing enough that a fight with him and Joshua could make sense over here?
I never thought that we get to the level of profile that we're at with Martin Bakole. I think he's taken over. I think in the States he's made a big name for himself, which is why I'm so excited to get back out there. I think in Africa he's a household name. You've seen what it's like when he lands there. We're going to have a big pot of money to try and entice AJ to that fight. I think Africa is ready for Martin Bakole to become champion. We've seen it with Francis Ngannou. That's the level that we feel we can get Martin Bakole at. I think he's going to be unbeatable in the division. And now the Jabba fight's made, all the promoters are devastated. They're devastated. They've tried to block him for so long, and thankfully to the IBF, that's like a machine gun when it comes to eliminators and ordering mandatories. Martin Bakole's in line, and that's what great. People go on about governing bodies sometimes, but one thing that's great about them is when you get into that mandatory position, it's very hard to avoid them, and it's a very bad luck to drop a world title, particularly in the heavyweight division. So let's see if someone will drop a heavyweight world title now. Of course, all respect to FA Jabba, he took the fight. Thank you very much. He was the first man to step up and do it, and now we're one fight away.
Is this a mandatory fight?
The winner of this is dead on fighting for the IBF world title.
Cool, Ben. Appreciate your time. Thank you.